So I was born in this planet. I grew up. My father is amazing. My mama is awesome. My mama passes away on the age of 4. I lost my mom. And by the way, nobody told me. I found out. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want my father to feel bad. I didn't want my family to feel bad. So I kept my mouth shut for a long time. My mom was alive. I was very confident, right? When my mom passed away, I shrank. I became very scared because I feel like if I talk, nobody's gonna back me up. That person, that being who was backing me up is not there anymore, right? So anyways, I already lost the path. Notice? I already lost it. Now, before I was excited and happy and talking to strangers and hugging strangers, and I was going in life and I was talking a lot. I love talking. Mama dies, God. And then I go to primary school. And then I go to middle school and I go to high school. For 12 years, I'm bullied because of how I look, how I sound like. Even I remember when I would be reciting poems in the Arabic class, I thought some of my friends loved what I was reciting, but they were actually bullying me because of how I pronounce things in Arabic, and I was pronouncing it in a way that is so perfect. But then I was bullied for it, and I was bullied for my looks, and I was bullied for my mom passing away, and I was bullied, and the kids, they didn't want to play with me because of that. So that's Maryam Al Ali. This is me. This is who you're looking at right now. And then I finished, and then I went to college. I went to university. I went to the university. I didn't know what to study. But then I had to go through a thing called the language, English language. I didn't know how to speak English. And I failed the TOEFL exam 6 times. TOEFL exam is an English exam that qualifies you to go into the actual college program. I failed it 6 times. I remember on the 5th time, I wanted to quit. I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm not staying in this university. It is so hard, so difficult. I almost quit on myself again, lost the path again. And then somehow I passed the exam. I passed on the 6th attempt. All my friends, they passed on the second or third. It took me 6 times, double. And then after that, I studied in college. I was a good student. I was called the social butterfly because part of me came back. I started talking to my professors and I was talking to my friends. And I remember there was one incident. I was 17 years old. I was speaking to I would go and sit with my teachers and I would have a cup of coffee with them. And I was very curious. My teachers were coming from all around the planet. I was the girl born in Gawin. I didn't see anyone and I didn't talk to anyone who's different than me. So I spoke to my professors who are from America, from Brazil, from Singapore, from India, from Europe, from Australia. I was fascinated by someone who looks different than me, speaks a different language, and I was fascinated. And then once upon a time, there's a lady who came to me, sent by my best friend. And she said to me, Wallah, Maryam, I want to tell you something. If you can speak to your professor on campus, you can date him outside of campus. And in my culture, you don't talk like that. I'm talking about 25 years ago, 20 years ago. Right? Lost the path. Again, because of what someone said. And then, long story short, Zayed University gives me an opportunity to go attend a conference in the United States. It took me 6 months to convince my father to go. I come to the United States for the very first time, and I had a realization. I'm like, wow, one day I can do conferences. But then what did I tell myself? You can't. I told myself I can't, not because I can't, it's because for 21 years I was told I can't. For 21 years I was taking the wrong path. For 21 years people told me it's impossible for me to win. For 21 years. Can you imagine? I was 21 at that time. Don't. La, la, la. No, no, no. You can't, you can't, you can't. Don't look up. Look down. Don't look people in the eyes. Don't go here. Don't go there. Don't look up. You're going to break your neck. All these different things. Isn't it crazy? 21 years at that time. I was 21 years old. And then nobody told me at that moment I cannot do it. I told myself I cannot do it. I cannot. No, sure, I do a conference. No way. I bring people together. That's impossible. I didn't know my path. And then I graduated from college. I have a degree now. I would go work in an industry called banking and finance. And I did it for 10 years. I drained and I hated every single day of it. Can you imagine? Thousands of days. I'm talking about thousands of days. You are going to a job you hate for thousands of days. But I'm like, you know what, Maryam, suck it in. There is no other choice. But then there's always this sound, this voice. You guys know this voice? This voice in your head. There is more. You can do more. This shouldn't be your life. You can definitely do more. You can definitely enjoy your job. You can definitely help other people. You can. I had that thing whispering in my ear for a long time, but every time I would shut that voice. Can you guys relate? Drop 10x. There is always a voice, like the voice of the truth in you. This is not someone telling you something. It is you knowing about something. It's you knowing there is something out there for you. I didn't know until 2012, sorry. I found a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. It was my first window to know about purpose. And then Simon Sinek introduced me to John Maxwell. 2015, I found my purpose through a tragic event. When I tell people that, you know, when you change, you're gonna change with this tragedy, I am not joking, because I found my purpose with a tragedy. I didn't find my purpose because I did 2 days with Maryam to find her purpose, right? I found my purpose with a tragedy that shook the nation. That's how I found my purpose. So I found my purpose 2015. I was making the wrong decision of going to the wrong career, by the way. But I saw the first glimpse of the right path. I'm like, wow, I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. What do I need to do? I need to start a business. I need to start making the right decisions. I need to speak with confidence. I need to be out there more. I need to help the community. I need to do more, but I was lacking skills, so I started working on myself. I kept coming back to the United States, looking for my own path, looking for my own truth, looking for the thing that will help Maryam flourish and become the person who she needs to be. 2018 was a very important year. This is 10 years after I started my career. 10 years, imagine 10 years. I am in the wrong career with the wrong people who telling me I can't. I'm getting promoted, I have money, but there is something missing. 10 years, can you guys imagine 10 years? Like 10 years, I'm talking about the next 10 years, it will be 2035. Like imagine from now to 2030, I'm in the wrong thing. Like I'm doing the wrong thing for 10 years. 2018 was a very important year. It was the year of decisions. I shifted my long-term career. Now that I found my path, I found my purpose. I sharpened my skills. I know where I'm headed. I know who I am. I know what I want to do in life. 2018, first decision, I changed my career from finance and accounting to learning and development. My career of 10 years and my education for 15. I changed it with confidence this time. I know I am doing it. Although some people, some experts told me, Maryam, your CV will look stupid because they will see that you've been doing finance, and then they're going to see learning and development. I'm like, I'm not here. I mean, I'm like someone who understands will ask, why did she change the path? So that was the first decision. The second decision I made that year, 2018. 2018, the decision I made was to start my business in the right thing. I wanted to start an educational institution. That was my thing. If it was not for my path, I would have been starting a CPF firm, which by the way, it's great, but that's not my path. You guys are with me? And then the next decision I made that same year is that I started my doctorate program, my PhD in a topic that I deserve. In a topic that I deserve. Called Sense of Place, case study in the state of Alaska. Huge decisions in 3 months. What happened after these 3 months? I started people started noticing me very fast. People started telling me to do programs with them. Like, wow, what's happening? Things started going right. I got promoted within 9 months. Even my father was surprised. He's like, what happened? How come you got promoted? I didn't tell my father that I changed my career, by the way. He would have been upset with me. But he noticed that I had an increase of 25% on my salary. My salary increased 25% within like 9 months. He was surprised. But again, things are starting to come right. And when I found that the right PhD research, it was the right thing. Because when you are on the right path, my friend, you're gonna see it. Things are gonna start aligning. There might be chaos before it, by the way. Let me tell you this. When you find the path and you have never found it before, it's like you found the door, there is gonna be a little bit of a chaos. Maybe because between you and the door is some mess you have to clean. But then you've got to the door, you open the door, things start opening up for you very fast. What happened 2018? 2018, I found 10x. I heard about it. I looked at Grant Cardone, I unfollowed him. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's too noisy. Right? 2019, I got the 10x book, this one. Right? I got the 10x book. And then I learned from the master how to sell and how to market. 2 years later, I met Alex. And I didn't meet the right person for 35 years. Sorry, for at that time. Yeah, I didn't meet the right person for 35 years. And then the day I go through my purpose and I know who I am and I make the right decisions in my life and I don't look around, I look at my path, I look at where I'm headed. Do you think it's a coincidence or it's the path? Drop in the chat. Do you think this whole thing is a coincidence or it's the path? The path, I'm telling you guys. You know the path? Bushra and Ahmed and Nahla and Valerie and Wadima and those of you guys who are watching the recording, you know the path. Nothing can take you away from the path except for yourself. And because right now, if I'm gonna leave my path, let's say right now, who's gonna make me leave my path? After all the work I did on myself, who's the only person who can stop me right now? Exactly. I am the only person who can stop me, not anyone else. I cannot say, oh, my mama passed away. I cannot say, oh, my daddy will stop me because my dad has always been supportive. I cannot say, oh, Alex is going to stop me. I cannot say, oh, my haters are going to stop me. I cannot say that because I am, going back to what Alex was saying earlier, I am responsible. I am responsible for me, so I can be responsible for other people too. So that's the path, my friends. That's the path. It's a beautiful path. It's your path. It's not someone else's path. Someone might see you walking on your path and they're going to start maybe laughing at you, throwing stones at you. And this has been happening and it's going to keep happening, by the way, guys. When you are on the right path, as much as you're going to be getting attacks, you're also going to be getting people who will help you through the path.